Hey everybody, Joe here. I am back again, and it is the first Wednesday of a brand new month. You already know what that means. It's time for some pickups. What did I get in the month of May? Let me show you. Before I get into the pickups, I just wanted to say that I have a lot to show you. I will probably go a little quick going through everything. I set a personal challenge of sorts to myself where I would only buy stuff in the wild, only at game stores or at thrift shops or flea markets. And for the most part, I stuck to that. There are three things which weren't from thrift stores or flea markets, and well, two of these things were technically from a game store, just online, so I guess they almost count. But I was going to try to avoid doing any online buying in the month of May, and well, I did it for the most part. I only bought three things, and one of them was actually pre-ordered months ago, so let's not count that one. In fact, I'll show you that one first, and that is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Yes. It's a game so nice, I bought it thrice. I have it on the Wii U, have it on the 3DS. Well, I don't have the definitive edition on them, but I have it on the Wii U and 3DS already, and now I've got the definitive edition on the Switch. I've been playing the heck out of it the last 2 or 3 days too. Next one I'll show you, this was an eBay buy, but this one I'm pretty sure the auction was over at the end of last month, or the end of April I should say, and so I'm not really sure if this should count too, but seeing that I bought God of War 3 at the thrift shop last month, I figured, let me get a couple of the other titles in the series just to get a better idea of what's going on. So I bought the God of War collection for PS3, so I have 1, 2, and 3 that I can play and really dive in, see if they are any good. And the last thing I will show you that wasn't purchased in person was the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. GameStop's website have had these and continued to have these or something like that. A buddy of mine actually pointed out to me that they were on the site, and I at the time happened to have a $25 gift card plus $20 in credit, not from me trading in, but from points. So I got this for basically half price, which is pretty darn good. Can't wait to play a little bit with that. Next up, I'm going to show you everything that was purchased at either a thrift store or a flea market, and that is the bulk of what I purchased. I actually thought I was doing good, and then just today, as I'm recording this, the day I went to the thrift shop, I actually hit the mother load and came out with about a dozen really good PS2 games, which you will be seeing. But I will kick them off with a purchase, or two purchases, out of 4 things I bought this one trip, which I don't remember how much I paid for these two, but they are Pokemon White and Pokemon Soul Silver. I believe, if not mistaken, it was about half what retail is on these. I don't know if it makes any difference on value, but this Soul Silver actually says not for resale on the back of it here, where the UPC normally is. Can you see that? And next up, I'm going to show you I'll show you these flea market buys. I got this lot of 5 PS3 games from this one vendor at a flea market just a couple weeks ago. I was about to leave, and I happened to see this guy had a box under his table, and I figured I'd flip through them, and he said, I'll work with you. And I got these for $4 a piece, which I don't think is half bad. And they are Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition, Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition, Yeah, there's a bite taken out of the case, but that's not that big of a deal. The disc was in really good shape. And then we've got Resident Evil 5, Saints Row 4, and Watch Dogs. Thought they all looked pretty darn good, so I jumped on them. And now I will show you another lot of games from another flea market trip. This is a couple different vendors. I'm going to separate 3 of these games out right off the top because these 3, these were $1 each. And they were Blowout, Jaws Unleashed, and Big Mother Truckers 2. It's one of those things where if you come across dollar games, they're kind of hard to pass up. And that's a very common recurring theme for me and buying stuff, especially my thrift shop trips, because this one thrift shop I go to pretty much always has its video games for $1 when it has games. I've walked out of there empty-handed plenty of times. Now, the next games I'm showing you, these were also from the same flea market trip I picked up. The last 3, and they are Evil Dead Regeneration, I believe that was 5. Far Cry Instincts, I believe that was also 5. World Heroes Anthology, that was 10. And WWE 2K14, I want to say this was also 5, but I don't remember right. And the next pile of games, pretty much everything for the rest of this episode, is going to be nothing but games from the thrift shop. These 2 were purchased the same day as the 2 Pokemon games, and these were both $1. They are Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, and Scarface, The World Is Yours. Like I said, dollar games are very, very hard to pass up. And now, the rest of these that I'm showing you, this was today's purchase from the thrift store. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen these. If you belong to the Facebook group for Metal Jesus Rocks, you've seen these already, because I've posted a picture on both of those sources. And we've got, alright, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, Drakengard. Yes, these were $1 each, and if you're wondering, I've actually had offers for people buying them off of me already, some of these, and I'm actually probably going to take a few of these on. I usually don't do that sort of thing, but in this case, I'm getting offers that are hard to refuse. Drakengard is actually being picked up by my buddy Dan when I see him at Too Many Games this year. Okay, moving on. Final Fantasy X. This is the only one out of these from today's lot that wasn't complete. This just has the disc. And it's also the only red label, so that's pretty cool. Alright, then we've got Final Fantasy X-2. Final Fantasy XII, the Collector's Edition, in the, what do you call them? Steelbook, tin book, whatever. I don't think they're really steel. All I know is that the deal I got for these, buying them for $1 each, was a steal. And then we've got, what's this? Genji, Dawn of the Samurai. Alright, next up is Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams. I don't even know if I'm able to play this one. My fat PS2, I have the network adapter, and I did throw a hard drive in it that I just had laying around. Don't know if it'll work, but I don't know if I will be capable of playing this. But I've got Phantasy Star Ultimate. This is an online game, so I might not even bother with it, but it's still kind of cool, especially for $1. And then another one that I thought was really cool to see was Soul Calibur 2. I actually have the GameCube version. I've had it for some time, but now I've got the PS2 one as well. Next up is Star Wars Force Unleashed for the PS2. when I posted this picture of the lot that I posted on the Metal Jesus group on Facebook, people commented that they never knew that the game was on PS2, so that's kind of neat. I had no idea either myself. And I don't know, I'm actually not that big on PS2. Like I said, dollar games are hard to pass up, and I will actually be checking a lot of these out because, damn, I've heard of most of them, and they all look pretty darn cool. Here's Valkyrie Profile 2. Now this looks pretty darn cool, and I actually just got a component cable for my PlayStation 2, so hopefully they'll look pretty darn good as well. And the last one here is Xenosaga, also PS2. And there you have it. Yeah, about 30 games that I've picked up last month, and most of which were for $1 or so. And I'd say easily most of them were well under retail. So no complaints there. I did amazing. Too Many Games is coming up next month. Really pumped for that. And, well, actually, you'll be watching this in June, so I should be saying this month. So who knows what I'll find and what my pickups video will be like then. Will I be buying anything at all, or will I try to be responsible and save up to spend like mad at the convention? Who knows? Only time will tell on that one. So I hope you've enjoyed checking out what I bought this month. It's been fun. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.